Hello beautiful people, my name is Bridget and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having an awesome day, and today's video is going to be a little get ready with me. Today I'm doing a full face of makeup that I neglect. Now these are products that I have in my collection, so they're not bad products, but they're things that I never reach for and things that I want to kind of pull out and see why I don't use these things. I'm going to tell you throughout like why I don't use this product, why I never reach for this product. But today we're going to try them on my face anyways and get some good use out of them. So this is kind of like full face, get ready with me, full face things I neglect, and kind of a shop my stash as well since I never reached these products. And without any further ado, you guys, let's go ahead and get to the video. Of course, these are my personal opinions. If we disagree on anything, it's cool. It's just makeup. It's not that serious. All right, let's dive right on in. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get started. I have a bunch of products here that I neglect. I am sorry to these products, but I still love you enough that you're in my collection, even though I declutter a lot, so it's pretty good. But let's go and get started with primer. I'm going to use the Pretty Fresh primer from Colourpop. This has been out for a while. It's the Hydrating Hyaluronic Acid Primer, and it smells real good. But, like, if you can tell, in here there's, like, spots of discoloration even if you shake the bottle. So, for me, that's a little weird, but it smells really nice. I don't know why I neglect this, honestly. It's fine. But I don't see it do anything amazing for my skin, and usually I reach for something more hydrating. And whereas this smells good, it's definitely a smell that I'm tired of before it even finishes rubbing in my skin. Now that we are shiny, I actually like how shiny this is. I'm gonna go in with the Peach Perfect foundation from Too Faced. This is in the shade Cloud. When I first got it, I used it a ton, and then I just never ever reached for it again. And I don't even know if the shade matches me anymore. It looks a little yellow. And also my hands are way more tan than my face. We're just, oh no, I got my shirt. We're just gonna have to get over that. I'm gonna take off some of this extra foundation on my skin because I am getting tattooed today. 2 tattoos. On separate parts of my body. I really shouldn't put them on separate sides of my body. I mean, one's on a hand, one's on my arm, so it's not gonna be that bad. But like, what if I lean on one when I'm sleeping and it's gonna be painful afterwards? Like, I'm not worried about the pain of getting a tattoo. Your girl is used to that, but I don't normally get 2 at the same time. But since one's tiny, I feel like I'll be okay. But I don't want to wear too much foundation in case it does get hot in there, because I haven't been in a tattoo shop in months, since May, I think. And I don't even know if we were allowed to do that or not. For concealer, I'm going with the Kimchi Most Concealer. This is in the shade Ivory. And I'm also going to mix it with a little bit of Dose of Colors one just because it's too dark for me. This is way too light for me. But the product I neglect is the Kimchi one. It's so light for me that I never use it, and then I keep thinking about going to get the right shade, but I'm scared I'll get the wrong shade again and waste even more money on it. For setting powder, I picked the Colourpop one. I literally used this once since I got it because it's so yellow that it's gonna make my under eyes look yellow. But again, I only have one plan for today, and I'm gonna be laying down half the time, so I don't think it would stare at my face, but I'm just going to use the Colourpop powder. This is in the shade Translucent. It really irritates me when translucent shades are like super tinted. Now if you're like super neutral, I would feel better about it, but it's always like really warm in color, and I don't understand, like, at all. Even if the translucent was pure white, I would feel like it makes a lot more sense than calling yellow translucent. I feel so powdery and gross right now, honestly. Also, I did my brows off camera, which I guess you already noticed. But why I wanted to point it out, I don't know. So for bronzer, I'm going with the Samantha March and Ofra collab, the bronzer duo called River. I avoid this because it looks super dark for me, but I'm also really pale in the face right now, so I'm just going to go into here. I do like that it's shimmer and matte. And we're just going to bronze. I'm really so scared of this bronzer, and that's why I don't use it. That's why I neglect it, because I'm honestly so scared I'm gonna overdo it. Like, it's really not overly pigmented, as you can probably tell. This side looks different than this side. At least on the viewfinder looks different. I'm always so scared to over bronze. That's why I really like using the Charlotte Tilbury bronzers, like the light and the medium one. I can kind of mix them together very lightly. I get so scared of bronzer so fast. Honestly, it looks pretty good though. That was really quick bronzing and it worked really well. All right, let's move on to contour. For contour, I don't have that many, honestly, so I just chose the Lorac Pirates of the Caribbean palette, which I don't use anymore because I've hit huge pan on it, but I'm gonna try to dig in here and get some of the product out of it to make it work for my contour today. I need another one of these. I need a backup. I think I have a backup. No, I don't think I have a backup. I lost the backup. I think I accidentally gave it away. Because, like, sometimes people will come over and I'm like, oh, yeah, and here's, like, some stuff you can go through in, like, my Tall Alex drawer, and my backup products are in there, and I think I accidentally gave it away. So it's a bummer because I need another one. And it's limited edition. You can't get it anymore. And people are selling it for, like, $35 on Poshmark plus $7 shipping, and that just feels ridiculous to me. When I use basically one shade. I mean, every single shade in this palette is great, don't get me wrong. But I don't use all of them all the time. Like, the highlighters are great, but I need to stack them with something else because they're a little dark. This is not much contour. I mean, it'll be fine. It's okay if I have a little bit of a round face today. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, I stick my hand in it. All right, so for highlighter, for blush now, we're on blush. I just saw my highlighter and got excited. For blush, I'm going to use the Strawberry Blush from Laura Mercier. I have 3 of her mini blushes, and I neglect all of them, but I thought this one would be cute for the look we're doing today and the eyes, because the palette I picked is very colorful, so I wanted to pick something kind of bright. And this is the Sigma F53 Air brush I'm using. These you can kind of tap in a couple times and be safe, because they're not, like, overly powdery. They're very buildable. But they're so small, and I have so many blushes now because I've been kind of into blushes a lot lately that I forget to reach for it. And I do put blush under my chin. Some people think it's weird. I think it brings the color together. And on my forehead. Brings the color than just having it on the cheeks. Has a little bit under here. The peekaboo of color. I think it helps. It might not. I don't know. It's what I do. Okay, now for highlight. I'm going to skip the inner corner because I want the inner corner to be white. So we're going to do that off camera, but I never use these little trio palettes from Ofra. So this is the Midi palette Y2K. It has Pillow Talk, Space Baby, and Star Island in it. Pillow Talk looks so pink in this palette. Like, it looks so dark in this palette, if you can tell from a different angle. It looks so pink. And then Star Island I really love too, but it looks a lot, these like look a lot more bold in the small pan. I don't know what it is. I'm going to mix between all 3. A little less of the Space Baby because it is blue, but I'm going to dip into the pink, the blue, and the gold because I never reached for this palette. Like, I think I maybe used it once because I have these shades individually, all 3 of these shades individually in full size, and I love them all separately. But I never used the little trio, which makes no sense because, I mean, they're like my favorite shades. Like, Space Baby's a little blue, so I don't use that one as much, but Pillow Talk's my favorite highlighter of all time, and Star Island is like my perfect gold without looking standoffish on the lid. Like, it doesn't stand off super gold on me. Oh, that looks so good. Alright, so I just did my inner corner highlight and primed my eyes off camera. I used the Ice Cold from Jeffree Star for inner corner and the Shake Primer, eyelid primer from Kat Von D for my, or KVD Vegan Beauty for my lids. So let's move on to the palette. Now, I bought this palette on like the 3rd pre-order, and I think I reviewed it and left it alone. It's the Glamlite Cake palette. It's beautiful. I love Glamlite's quality. It's beautiful, and I keep it in its little oven box, but it's beautiful, but I never use it. Like, I think I used it once. I think I used it twice, actually. I think I used it to review, and I used it once before the review because I was super excited to try it out, but I haven't used it much because it's so big, I forget to go reach for it. I also added some lip balm because I don't think we're going to put lipstick on this look because I am going to wear a mask. So eyelids are primed, like I said. I'm going to go into Pineapple, which is the yellow. No shocker there. I just really want to coat the brush with this. And I'm just going to tap it over our crease. I could have used a tinted primer for this look, I guess, since it's so pastel looking. But I didn't think about it. I've been trying to get more use out of the Shake Primer because I don't know how I feel about it yet. Like, stoked and like hyped wasn't even the word I had in my mind about this product at first, like the primer. But it's oily-ish. I do like the shaking the black fluid into the clear fluid. I think that's fun. But I don't really know if it does anything for my lids, you know? Like, it doesn't make anything super pigmented like it says. Next, I'm going to go into Dulce de Leche, which is this kind of orangey tone. Just going to build up. I'll leave our inner portion alone, but sort of little yellow and orange moment, which is not shocking for me. It's something I do all the time. I just neglect this palette because it's so big and bulky that it sits at the bottom of like my big palette drawer. And I forget to go in there and reach for it. I'm usually just reaching for like my go-to palette drawer, and things in other drawers get neglected or they're for video purposes. This should have been something I used all the time. I'm going to clean off the brush with paper towel, go back into the yellow to help build that back up because we lost it a little bit because this primer isn't making things super pigmented like it said it would. Oh well. Alright, simple crease colors going on because again I'm not doing anything fancy today. I'm going to take a little bit of cinnamon. Let's do cinnamon, this kind of gold shade down here. Ooh, that's darker than I expected. I'm just going to pop this on our lid. That is darker the gold that I expected, but it's okay. Simple lid for lower lash line. I'm going to go into Dulce de Leche again. Maybe a little bit of pineapple too. I'm just going to dust it on lower lash line with my E55 shader brush. Alright, now that I did my eyes, I'm going to do setting spray. This is the Inglot Makeup Fixer. I didn't know this a long time if it was actually a makeup setting spray or not, but then I read the instructions one day, and it is. I kind of thought maybe it'd be like the Fix Plus from MAC that's not actually a setting spray, but this is. And it's also very wet, and it tastes terrible. I've never tasted it before until this very moment. It tastes like poison. Tastes like poison, sprays more on my face. Alright, I'm gonna go do my lashes, mascara, and stuff off camera. I'm not gonna add lips like I said, but I'll be right back and then I'll show you the finished look. Alright guys, this is the finished look. I just threw some lashes on. And I think it looks really nice. Like, I feel very shiny, especially like in the center of my forehead right here. I don't even add highlight there. I just added on the top, like the bridge of my nose. But I just feel very dewy. I think it was the dewy primer and the dewy foundation and the very minimal setting powder because the Colourpop setting powder isn't super matte in any way. So I'm not sure how well this is going to hold up through the day, especially with like the peach foundation and stuff. But it looks nice. Like, I think this overall, this look came out. I need to re-glue this lash down. But I think the look looks really nice. Like, the skin looks good. The eye look is easy and good. And overall, I feel like I neglect these products, but they're not bad products. Obviously, there are things I keep in my collection. The only thing that I dislike that I use today is the stupid Inglot Makeup Fixer Spray because it smells and tastes like poison and it's really, really wet. That's the only thing I just don't like. The Kenchi, I don't really like the bristly thing for the concealer. But overall, like, really good, easy, simple look. And I don't really do my makeup on camera that much. So when I do, I feel like my skin actually turns out really well in this lighting situation. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know your favorite product that I use on my face today in the comment section down below. If you have these things, let me know which one is your favorite, which one I should probably use more often that I don't. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.